Urban Rural Action is a national nonprofit organization that partners with communities across the United States to foster the community strength and resilience necessary to address our most urgent challenges together. Their cross-partisan civic participation programs bring together individuals from different ideological backgrounds, racial identities, generations, and geographical locations, among other differences. We believe that true community strength emerges from a genuine relationships, enhanced collaboration skills, and a willingness to explore differing viewpoints on critical societal issues. By working hand in hand with local community organizations such as Suicide Prevention of York, we collectively address urgent challenges that impact the well-being of our communities.
One significant initiative is with our Urban Rural Action Team in York, Pennsylvania, partnering with Suicide Prevention of York, focusing on having a safe and strong community. This team is focused on a deeply pressing issue, the incidence of suicides across all age groups within York County.
Our project's ambitious yet vital goal is to achieve a measurable reduction in these incidents, thereby saving countless lives. To accomplish this, we are developing and implementing videos on various social media platforms of individuals who are affected by suicide and suicide attempts.
Our aim is to equip individuals, families, and community leaders with the knowledge, resources, and support systems necessary to identify warning signs, encourage open conversations about mental health, and facilitate access to professional help. We urge everyone to view, share, and like the videos, and to pass on to anyone they know who might be struggling with suicidal thoughts. Encourage them to engage with these materials, and most importantly, to seek professional assistance is a vital step in our collective effort to save lives and build a more supportive community.
This is a fraternity I never wanted to belong to. And I've met so many awesome people. And it's a shame that we have to meet through a tragedy like this, but sometimes that's just the way it goes. So. My name is Bruce Bartz. I'm the founder of an organization called Bartz Brigade, the Trent Bartz Foundation. Our foundation is based upon suicide prevention, education, and helping remove the stigma that's attached to mental health. I lost my son, Trent, who was 20 years old, in August 19th of 2015. He was the kind of kid that just you would never suspect, first of all, that would take his own life. He had a lot of PTSD. He was in the military. He was in the Army Reserves. I don't think his PTSD was from the military. I think it was more from life's PTSD. Trent was accepted to Valley Forge Military College as a junior in high school. And as we got closer, he joined the Army Reserves. He wanted to be active duty, but Dad wanted him to go to college. So I said, yeah, you can join the Army Reserves, but you're gonna go to college. So actually Valley Forge was a great opportunity for him. As a senior in high school then, he changed his mind. He said, Dad, I know I need the structure, I know I need this, but I don't want to go to Valley Forge. So anyway, he went to Shippensburg, didn't do so good. In fact, he was asked not to come back. So this was the summer of 2015, and he was in the Army Reserves. He was working a part-time job at Dick's, but he was also messing up, and he was drinking a lot of alcohol. He was struggling. He was in a relationship. He was struggling with that. He was staying out late at night. He was doing the things that he shouldn't be doing, but doing the things that a typical 20-year-old kid does. I was pushing him. He needed to get a full-time job. He just simply needed to do that. But in the weeks prior to that, he was happy. I had knee surgery a week before he passed. 2 days after the surgery, him and I were supposed to go out to have dinner. And he called me. And he said, Dad, one of my friends in Dallastown, kid I went to college with, is hurting. I'm gonna go hang out with him. It's just the kind of kid he would be. So he did. He canceled our dinner date and went and hung out with his friend. And following Wednesday is when he took his life. That day was not a good day. He came home, he was out looking for jobs. Of course, I was off work. He came in with an attitude, and him and I went at it. We literally physically fought because of his attitude. And last thing I said to him was, you know what, you're starting to act like the people you despise, and you need to knock it off and get your crap together. That was the last words I spoke to him. I went and picked up Braden at daycare. It was his first day of daycare. I came home, and as I'm walking up the stairs, because I was ready to continue the fight, I was not done. I was upset because the sun was shining in from my bedroom onto the steps, and I knew it was a hot August day, and I knew I had my bedroom door shut. So I'm like, what are you doing in my bedroom? I got my air conditioning running, and like I said, I'm throwing explicitives at him and everything else. So I'm kind of going up the steps, and I go back to my bedroom. I'm like, what the heck? What are you doing in my room? Slammed the door shut, and I thought he was in his bedroom, so I walked back down the hall, and I went to the left into his bedroom, and I'm hollering for him, and I couldn't find him, and turned and went into the laundry room, and there he was. So I literally ran downstairs. I grabbed my grandson, and I don't think his feet hit the floor from the time I grabbed him by the arm, and I went to the neighbor's house, and I threw him inside and ran back across the street and called 911 and came back, and actually started doing CPR. He was still breathing. And the next thing I remember was one of my fellow officers, because I used to work for the Helm Township Police Department. And he's like, it's okay, Bruce, you gotta let him go. The rest of that night was a blur. Don't remember a lot. At the time, I worked for the county. I was an investigator with the Public Defender's Office when Trent died. I was off work for 2 months. I just couldn't go back to work. I couldn't deal with it. And I remember going back. It seemed to me like every time I would come out of my office and walk down the hall, if there was someone in the hall that was standing there, it's like they'd see me coming and they'd duck into the office. It's because either they were judging me or they didn't know what to say. And I remember writing this very long email to my colleagues. I said, you know what, this has really changed my life. I'm a different person, but please don't ignore me. Don't walk away from me. I know you don't know the words to speak, but just let me speak them to you. And I still, to this day, feel responsible. I mean, think about it. The last thing I said to my son was, you're acting like the people that you hate, that you despise. I feel that way, that I'm responsible for his death. I know I'm not. God gave him that choice. He gave us those two choices like I was talking earlier, and Trent chose the wrong choice. I know he regretted it, and I was fortunate enough to meet a person who survived a suicide attempt. They told me the millisecond that they did what they did, they regretted what they did. And I know Trent regretted that too. I could see the look of regret on his face as I was doing CPR to him. I think I'll always have that feeling, but as time has gone on, it's been 10 years now, I don't feel that heavy burden like I used to, that I'm at fault for this. It made a huge change in my life. It made me a better person. As a cop, I investigated 10 suicides in my career. And cops have a very, very funny way of dealing with tragedy and our trauma. I would look at someone who took their own life and go, why would somebody do something that stupid, you know? And I was not a good person in that way. I understand people now as, you know, we're all human beings. Pushed my career into a different path, and kind of made me the person that Trent would be really, really proud of. So when Trent died, he was a CrossFitter. He was one of the original 10 members of a gym called Black Powder CrossFit. They did a workout in his honor, and there raised a lot of money, and they gave it to an organization. I found out that a lot of that money that was donated to that organization went to overhead, to salaries and stuff that was kind of like a waste of money. And I thought, you know what, this just isn't right. People donate money for good causes. So we started little, and we started doing little events. And I thought, let me help the people. I know that Trent's go-to for his mental health was physical fitness, which is a great avenue for mental health. But not everybody could afford a gym membership, or not everybody could afford a private trainer or stuff like that. So we started paying to help those people. Whatever a person needed, whatever tools they needed to keep their mental health or keep them from killing themselves, we would pay for it. One of our logos, it says strength, hope, and we provide through hope, strength, and courage to those who are struggling. He's just a good human being. He's a good person, a hero. He loved his country. He loved people. You know, we say a lot of times, I hate people because I don't want to be around them. I know we say it sarcastically and jokingly, but Trent truly loved people. I guess if there's a message that I have to put out to people that are struggling, you know, it's okay. It's okay to talk about it. It's okay to come out and admit, I have this, I have that. I do it every day. I struggle every morning. I start my day usually with a good cry in the shower so that I can continue my day. But his memory saving lives, and that's what we want.
Thank you for staying with us and watching this video. If something you've heard has struck a chord in your heart or in your mind, and you'd like to learn more or talk with somebody about some of these topics and issues, we encourage you to reach out to one of the many organizations that we've listed. They focus on helping people with this subject. Many of themselves have experienced these very same concerns. If you know anyone who may find this video beneficial, please share it with them and encourage them to have a listen, or even better, listen to it with them. Thank you very much.